My name's Chris Lenshin. I'm a MennoNerd, and I'm asking the question, who do we think we are? It's a dynamic and introspective and intrusive question, particularly when we look at the narratives within our society. The stories, the good versus evil, the dynamic and excellent storytelling material that provides for us. Unfortunately, it is a reality that we live into. We have those narratives of good versus evil. Our systems, our culture, the people who make up this Western world that I find myself in, have cast those characters for me, of which I am completely guilty, being a white male, fully and completely benefiting from a colonized world. I like to think of myself as a good person. When I read the Exodus story, reading the oppressive nature of Pharaoh and the Egyptians, reading the story about how God liberates the Israelites from that persecuted and oppressive context. And I think to myself, I need to be liberated too. I'm like the Israelites. The harsh reality of this story, however, is that I, as a white male privileged by society, have way more in common with the Egyptians than I do with Israel. It's a humbling thing to look at the Bible and see myself complicit in the story and the narrative of the oppressor. It changes the way I read the Bible, how I experience God. And it poses the intrusive and the dynamic question to me, who is an Anabaptist and inspired by a radical faith. I realize that simply being anti-empire, anti-oppressive is not good enough. It's not radical enough to be part of that story. It doesn't get to the heart of the matter, it seems. So within that confession, I'm compelled to search for something hopeful. Something that doesn't cast people who are different than me as the villain, as the people who I can dehumanize just to benefit from that process. And it's a strange, convicting place to be, because I don't think our imaginations are imaginative enough to take us there, particularly those of us who are westernized and addicted maybe, or compelled to participate in privilege. We need to participate in a story and be characters in a story that demands better, that acknowledges the humanity in everyone, that sees everybody as God sees them. And I don't know what that story looks like. So if you've got some tangible ideas about an Anabaptist, radical, anti-colonial faith, we should talk.